In the big bilge tank, we'll keep you in the know. In the big bilge tank, we'll fix your techie woes. And we'll break things and we'll make things so we're all together raking. And we'll raise a cup of grog down in the big bilge tank. In the big bilge tank, come and join our fire crew. In the big bilge tank, we'll show you what to do. And we'll hack it till we crack it. And we'll tell the world about it and forget to tidy up. That's why it's now a bilge tank.
Hello and welcome to episode 004 of the Bilge Tank, where we're going to show you some of the stuff that was going on at Maker Faire Berlin this weekend.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Right, so we took pretty much everyone from the Pimmeroni workshop over to Berlin, which left, I think, you and Rico doing everything.
I'm quite tired, I'll be honest.
It got a bit hairy, didn't it?
It was a long week.
Yeah, so sorry if you've been waiting for support queries to be answered or stuff to be made. Yeah, we probably won't do that many people in future.
No.
But yeah, we had a good time and we're all basically now dead. Zombie pirates.
Zombie pirates.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at some of the stuff that you saw while you were over there.
Okay, so first thing, let's have a look at this. This is the Raspberry Pi Berlin, Raspberry Jam Berlin booth. There's James, Monkey Maybe.
Is it his birthday today?
I don't know.
Or it might have been
today
yesterday.
or
tomorrow. Either way, happy birthday, James.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, James.
He had loads of awesome demos on, showing off great kit, doing great things. On the Pi, here's me taking a picture of myself. Professional.
Taking a selfie of yourself, taking a selfie.
A little bit of frame face in there, so that's all good. Yeah. The great thing there was they had really good demos, just showing off stuff, which was great because UPS kind of decided not to deliver a couple of our packages.
Yeah.
Which is always a little annoying. But I'm sure they're going to make it up to us there.
Spent the entire 2 days basically referring people to their table saying, hey, these guys have got really good demos of our products.
Yeah, go check
them
that stuff out. But
Go and see it here and then buy it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Germans were like really enthusiastic and coming up to us and chatting, and they apologised because we didn't know German a lot, which we thought was really nice of them. To be fair, we also apologised for being English and not speaking any other languages.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did learn how to order beers. Basically.
We learned how to apologise profusely in German.
Yeah, we got very good at that. Yeah.
That's the first step.
Here's a little picture of the Postbahnhof outside. It's this wonderful old building that used to have the mail sorting and mail trains for Berlin, and now has been turned into this wonderful exhibition space with brick walls and metal floors and the old train track out the back. So here we all are checking out the train track and just looking at the kind of tumble down wonder of Berlin.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. The photos you sent over from the inside look great before setup. Really nice space, wasn't it?
It was a very nice space.
And yeah, Berlin's pretty much all like that. It's kind of a city it's like Sheffield in this kind of rundown post-industrial feel, but everybody's getting on doing cool stuff in the old former industrial spaces. Except they're like way bigger than us and way cooler. And yeah,
Very nice.
as soon as Pimmeroni take over Sheffield, we will be up to Berlin standards. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. While we were there was also a vintage computer fair on, which had interesting items like this, and people playing Tetris on really weird computers, or Schneider CPC 464, which I think was the German version of the Amstrad CPC 464.
Was that just a clone, or was it a genuine Sinclair product then?
Amstrad.
Oh, Amstrad.
I think
sorry,
I think it looked perfect.
Yeah.
It looked just like the old Amstrads did. So I think it was just a German thing where Alan Sugar said, "Oh, all right, Germany, you want to sell some of these?" And they did.
Fair enough. I grew up with a C6 128 in the house.
Really?
It was awesome. Great
So you
machine.
picked the wrong one. You weren't
No,
Sinclair or Commodore. You were the other guy.
No, we had a Spectrum too, but
Okay.
the C6 128 was great. Disk drive, man.
Yeah.
This was like 1994 as well, something like that.
Yeah. The best thing I saw there though was the Pi PDP. So the gentleman who was showing this off, it's been on a Pi blog post. He got tired of maintaining his own old PDPs and made a clone that runs on a Pi. It's kind of shrunk down from the actual full-size PDP, and the buttons, the switches he's using there are genuine China military surplus.
Nice.
And now he's run China out of stock of those switches, and he's trying to find more.
So is he essentially hooking those up to the GPIO on the Pi and then running a PDP emulator on the Pi?
Yeah, he actually sold me a kit.
He saw you coming.
Pass me the PCB. He had the bare PCBs.
Cool.
So there, in all its glory, is the Pi PDP PCB
That's
or
very
Pi
nice.
DP.
Looks like G's going to have a bad day tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got like 90 LEDs, a load of switches and stuff.
I can see where the Pi goes as well.
Yeah, and it's got the GPIO header here for the Pi. And then you can have something that's functionally equivalent to a really hard to use computer that people still love.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, Vintage Computer Fair, good. Going back to the Maker Faire, James was showing off Cannybots, who have now launched their Kickstarter campaign, and that's doing very well. And Cannybots are really cute. They have motor drivers and Bluetooth inside there.
Yeah.
And it's cute, it's simple, and they put a lot of work into making
They
it.
very diligently followed that line. So they've got
Yeah.
a couple of light sensors, or a light sensor and a colour sensor in there. So they're
Definitely a
quite
colour
clever,
sensor
quite
because they
fine.
can swap tracks, can't they?
Yeah,
if they're different colours.
And
It's
that-
cool. We've seen the Cannybots guys at a few events, and yeah, it's a nice system.
Yeah, having Bluetooth and motor drivers in something that's small and cute, and open sourcing the thing so you can 3D print around it. Yeah, what's not to love about that?
No, it's cool. And they got some
Yeah.
wicked, like large format tracks and stuff that you can buy as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Really nicely printed out.
Well, you can just use electrical tape. Just do
I was going to
tracks
say the
everywhere.
Kickstarter video just showed miles and miles of electrical tape all around the house.
Yeah, or use a permanent marker, kids. It works really well on carpet then.
Yeah, white carpets are best for that.
Yeah, for the contrast.
Yeah. So check out their Kickstarter. That's Cannybots. They're cool.
Yeah. Tinkerbots had a big presence there. And these are really beautiful kind of... They feel like... You remember the old kind of twisty snake things?
Yeah.
They were kind of triangles and you could twist them into all shapes, and yeah, it was kind of early model making. They've invoked the spirit of that to make this. They are really expensive, but they are really beautiful. And the heart of it is this, again, LiPo Bluetooth combo, which are getting popular now. So I really wanted those. They wouldn't sell one to us. They don't have them quite yet. They have a crowdfunding campaign they're fulfilling. It's a very familiar feeling. But the whole thing felt very robust and very nice to play with. Just, yeah, I wish it was like half the price.
They looked fantastically cool,
Yeah.
and we're kind of forced to stand there because they were directly opposite us. We're forced to stand there for the entire 2 days, just looking at these amazingly awesome little robots.
Yeah.
And,
They were lovely
oh,
people
nice.
as well, and we watched them kind of making their Kickstarter units on the stand.
Oh yeah,
That's how diligent they were.
Were they kitting up on the stand?
There was they were
they
there
were
putting.
assembling them.
Yeah, they were taking their PCBs, and the main cube has 4 or 5 linked PCBs by ribbon cables. So each side they were putting the PCB onto plastic mounts and then using a pillar drill at slow speed to melt the plastic to retain the
Wow.
PCB.
Is this that classic thing where you have the little posts and you're just mushing them down
Mushing
to
them
basically,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't have thought you did that with a pillar drill.
Slow speed pillar drill.
Yeah, why not?
Accurate,
Yeah.
sensible. Yeah,
Fair dues.
they were good. There was also, we saw these at New York as well, but the whole pick and place machine, desktop pick and place machine, always interesting and alluring. We're trying to find one that's both good and cheap.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you've noticed yet, but Euro Circuits are doing a desktop pick and place machine,
Really?
Yeah.
or the EC desk place or something like that. And some
Is that
other-
more of an assisted or is it a full vision
It
desktop
looks
system?
like a full vision desktop system and not an
Wow.
assisted thing, but
Yeah.
there's very scant details on it, and they're releasing more information at some event soon.
Mm. We got approached by one of the Chinese distributors. That wasn't a vision system though, was it?
No,
No.
I think it was... No, I can't remember what that was.
There's a difference between a visioning one and one where you basically just got a mechanical arm that you're manually placing with, and it just gives you a more steady hand.
Yeah.
Well, that was a non-vision one, so where it was placing itself with increasing in accuracy.
The further you got away from its kind of origin.
Yeah, and the more iterations.
I
of
love
it.
the really ghetto ones where the rather than visioning the part when they pick it up, they pick up the part and then go down to like a little milled out well and just bash it against the sides to ensure it's in the right alignment. That's the really basic approach to
Only
making sure
works
your
with
parts are
square
right.
parts.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
A lot of squat parts.
Kinda cool.
Yeah. So this was Berlin. They're a large German distributor of electronic products, and they had a big fat catalogue you can see there, which is not very interesting. So one of their guys made this repair kit for electronics, and they had a load of those they were giving away for free. And that was a really nice thing.
Sweet.
You just had little things like cable ties, conductive threads, solder, Velcro, other little bits in there that you could use to repair electronics. And that was a really nice thing on their part. It's kind of like, yeah, catalogues are dull. Have something good.
Never heard of Berlin.
No.
Is that like a CPC style thing or
A CPC Farnell level type thing. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And then, because we just got a 3D printer, I was looking at all the filament. And there was a lot of filament. It
Is
was
that-
all pretty colours.
That is a nice selection, isn't it?
There was a lot of
Wow.
cool 3D printing stuff. Did you see the other guys who'd been 3D printing in basically every material? The periodic table of materials guys. They were
How close to
seriously
dead were they?
impressive.
We've got this coming up in a bit. Yeah, they were the 3D printing service. So this was, you could buy filament and they would do custom colours from Pantone shades. Because, everyone does Pantone shades.
Oh, this thing! Wow.
Yeah, this is
lathe.
a modular motor drill kit. So it's the lathe. It can be a little milling machine. It can be a little jigsaw plate. All of them equally slightly bad. It did seem good, and they gave a good demo. But these things never kind of turn out as well as they look. And it was €400 for the kit, which you got six machines for that, but all of them kind of not quite up
I think it's good for kind of really, really amateur fiddling and tinkering, and maybe for educational purposes. But for any finished product,
for your first lathe on that.
Yeah, my first lathe.
It
Yeah.
did do the trick. I mean, I had a quick go with the lathe, and I managed to carve something vaguely convincing out of it. But it was it left a burr, which I think was the density of the wood or something. I won't admit to knowing anything about lathes.
Yeah, nice thing. Yeah, if it had been half the price, it would have been a no-brainer. But kind of for something like that, it's a kind of an investment for something that you'll probably outgrow pretty quickly.
It's a nice idea though if you don't have a lot of space.
The tiny
Like
little
compared to
bandsaw
having all of
was
those
really cool.
full-size tools.
Yeah,
Or reciprocating saw, I should say. It's not a bandsaw.
yeah. And this week in the Raspberry Pi, but for it's a laptop-sized biotech lab, and they called it the Raspberry Pi of Biotech Labs, which everyone says that. And it had various things for, I think, electrophoresis and things like that. Looked interesting, could work. We'll see. But I was kind of a bit down on it, just for using the Raspberry Pi but for...
Oh right, I see. Yes,
Yeah.
the classic sales pitch.
Yeah, but it was actually an interesting and innovative project rather than another 3D printer.
It wasn't just Facebook for mice or something.
Yeah. iMaterialize, showing off all there. We will make it for you in whatever material you like. They had copper, they had gold, they had other sorts of stuff. They had plastic, they had wood, and they had pigwins.
Pigwins. Daisy tried to buy a pigwin. She
You have to order it online.
they had the demo units there, and she actually really liked them, especially the velvet ones. They were actually really well finished in that velvet outside. It
I
was
still
so
kind of
good.
feel that you need to explain what a pigwin is,
It's
because I'm not getting in close to the truth.
Imagine if you take a penguin
Yeah.
and you
A
combine it
pig.
with a pig.
Pig's head,
penguin's
penguin's
body,
body.
and you get a pigwin.
It's kind of looking up at you.
I guess it's a play on.
I'm not seeing
tux
the
and
appeal, but
something
okay.
else.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
just the finish and the style. They were really, really well put together.
They had like 20 of them in different colours.
Yeah,
and
that was their
finishes.
demo units. So you
Some
can't,
of them-
you can't buy the
Yeah,
demo
had a
units.
slightly velour finish, which I didn't know
Really,
you could do,
really
but they can
nice.
do. We also got to see Genuinos in the wild.
Genuino!
Yeah, so Wetterot were there, and they had some stock from seed, and they had these very nice plates showing them off. So great to see actual Genuinos that exist in the wild and can be bought. We should be getting some of those real soon now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any day now.
we've been talking to
Any day.
talking
Give
to
old
the-
Gil a break.
talking to the real Arduino guys,
Yeah.
and they're keen to get them in stock here because And then there's usual stuff like you've got some guy's back. There we go. Yeah, little Tesla coil. Achtung, don't touch it with your heart. I think, my German tells me. Lots of knitting
Wow.
machine hacks going on.
This is awesome. So this is like a bicycle warmer, right?
Yeah.
And all you have to do is remove the 76 separate pieces before you set off back home from work.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Trying to work out what else we have here. Oh yeah, fair trade solder.
Fair trade solder, wow.
Fair trade solder.
I never saw this. Where on earth was this?
No, this is in. They had a little tent that wasn't very well advertised. It looked like a food tent. This is, for one thing, made from 85% recycled tin most of the time. 85% of the time even. And also makes a donation to some fair trade projects. And therefore it's called Fair Trade Solder.
Is it fair trade as in, is the manufacture of traditional solder generally not such a pleasant thing, and therefore they're trying to change that in kind of a fair trade coffee sense, or is it just randomly giving money to fair trade?
I think
endeavours?
the actual manufacturer is not necessarily fair trade like, as in they're not taking the poor malnourished solder manufacturers of Guatemala and giving them a fair price for their materials. But for that part they are using recycled materials largely, and then topping it up with a bit of a fair trade kind of, okay, there's a bit of cash, fair trade, yay.
Well, we should
it was
look into that a
interesting.
bit more. It's interesting.
Yeah. We got a card. We'll see if we can get a little bit in.
Like to see what the credentials are there.
Yeah. And here was something that was my favourite thing about Germany. They had a little classic electronics thing here of old electronics, and I wish we saw more of this. We've got Morse code encoders, we've got a frequency counter with Nixie tubes in, still working. So we've got some of those Nixie tubes, and we'll see if we can get those up and running at some point. But all over Berlin were shops with loads of old stuff like this, and Berlin has a love of kitsch and old stuff that they really curate, and it's really hard to see this in the UK. This is after I bought all the Nixie tubes. They're just gone.
You just wipe them out.
Yeah, totally gone. Anyway,
Very nice.
Yeah, had lots of fun doing that. And now, I just, what's pi again?
3.141597.
There we go. Yeah, I've been putting videos from my iPhone, and
They're upside down.
They end up upside down if you don't put a transform factor in radians in. Yep. What am I looking at here? This is okay. This was upcycling jeans and things and teaching you how to sew and stuff like that, which I always love. They have it at the Bay Area Maker Faire. They had it here.
Oh, is this where you got your hat?
This is where I got my very special bear hat, which I'm going to now wear for the rest of the show.
You know you're like 2 episodes too late for that.
Yeah, I know,
Fine.
but this is for when I'm cruising the streets of LA and I need to show some gang colours. I have this so they won't beat me up because they'll say he looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, and they'd be right.
We should probably call someone and tell them about him.
Yeah. They had a smart climbing wolf kid.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Sorry, we're watching it on a bigger screen here.
Yeah.
So, because I can't really see the tiny one down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So is this, I've heard about, I don't do climbing, but I hear you have like different coloured routes.
You have different routes,
like
yeah.
Skiing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it can be interlocking, so you've got to find all the purple ones or the ones that look like a bee or something. And this one lit up as you crawled up it, but this kid did it wrong. So, yeah, I don't think he didn't get a badge at the end of it.
For the power supply and all the wiring behind that was fantastically cool as well.
Yeah.
Was it?
They
So
just
could you
used old PC bench supply or PC supplies to power all up.
So could you kind of say to it, I'm a green level, and get it to suggest your route up the wall then?
They didn't have time to go in depth into it.
Okay, sorry.
Those kids climbing it. I tried to beat them
I
up.
never
Next
saw
time I'll
any
come
of the
along and
colours
get the real
actually
story.
change.
Fine.
Yeah, they ganged up on me. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff there. It was so busy.
Yeah. Look
First Berlin Maker Faire. Surprisingly, Berlin has never had a Maker Faire before.
No.
Hanover's always been the place. Cutest thing we wanted but could not have, apart from Tinkerbots, was these
And
robots.
the pig penguins.
The pig penguins.
Oh,
they
those
were
were
terrifying.
So very cute.
Yeah.
So very prototype stage though.
Yeah. So these are, you can play with them, stroke them, have little games on them, and they will pair with a random other kid around the world.
So they were called Vikai.
Oh, that's a
I
nice
think.
idea.
Yeah. I know you've mentioned kind of this sort of stuff you want before,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
good night lamp, stuff like that. These were like that, made of wood, very cute, and they had great stickers as well, and we love good swag.
I quite like the whole randomness factor though. You've got to be really careful about how much kind of information interaction you can.
Yeah. I think
do with
it's
that,
kind of
but
got one
it's
LED
very
and some
cool.
sensors, but just really well made.
No.
Looked cute, it didn't look like technology. You could see somebody taken to that. Yeah, so it was nice to see them. Weirdest thing that was probably somebody's PhD, but actually was there as a product, was a piece of cake. This is random mass-marketed product. They had a product and you had to guess what it was and say what you use it for. Then you went around the back and see what people had actually tried to use it for. And the idea was this was a generic mass-manufactured product that had the purpose you gave it.
That's amazing.
No fixed purpose whatsoever.
So yeah, it's just a generic form that you could do things with.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
These do look like products
they're
from
quite nice. I like
basically
them.
any designer shop that I've ever been in, so
Yeah.
it's very convincing.
Yeah.
We've run out of video there.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That was a good little whirlwind tour of what was going on.
Yeah, there's loads of other stuff going on. We might have another look later. Well, what I did get though was after the Maker Faire, which was 2 days of absolute pure people talking to us wandering around, and I think Connor and G will have their own reports at some point from the Maker Faire. We went and got to see Berlin. Berlin was pretty good. Yeah.
Berlin
Oh,
was
Seed were
amazing.
there. Yeah. I can see that. I've got Seed. Seed did a hack at Beat House. Where they showed off the rephone and let us play with it a bit. So me and G managed to make a bleating phone. It's got a temperature sensor on it, and when the temperature goes above 32 degrees, then it goes bah and sends you a message.
Right.
Which was not bad for an hour hack.
No, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It was just an idea of the kind of if this then that type things you can do with it, and we mined all that. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I talked about the kitchen in Berlin. I was not kidding. Here's an average kit shop in Berlin.
That looks just like our kitchen.
That's what Roy said. I think you've been going to the same places, yeah. But the thing I got there for hacking purposes, because every time you walk into a second-hand shop, you're automatically thinking, "Can I put a pie in it?"
Mm-hmm.
And I got this thing here behind your screen.
Oh man, that's familiar.
This is like
Did
an
you get
old
any of the
slide viewer.
cartridges?
No, nothing in it. It's just a empty shell with a kind of magnifying screen in it. And I said to myself, A+, little Pi hat, Pi TFT, maybe one of the RoboPeak screens should go in there nicely and give a magnified, weird, old schooly effect.
That's kind of cool.
So can I put a Pi in it? We're going to find out at some point. And that was, it was good fun looking around for stuff like that.
Nice.
I'm going to take the hat off now. It's,
It's
really
quite
hot.
warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got the Pi DP, and we got that to put a Pi in. Also got some tips on kind of making knitting machines work. So here was Victoria, who ran the Electronic and Textile Institute of Berlin, ETIB. And Victoria, I think, has 7% of the world's cottage knit brother knitting machines. They make home knitting machines. They decided to make something that was partially industrial.
Mm-hmm.
They only ever made 100 of them, called the CK35.
And she's got 7.
She's got 7.
Wow.
And-
7.
Yeah, Sieben. So having a significant portion of the world's production of something is that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, if I was in Berlin, she would be my best friend because she hacks knitting machines, and that's pretty cool.
Very
yeah.
nice.
Other than that, it was wandering around. We got to see Tinker Soup.
That's really nice.
They made their little tiki sign do that.
Man, we've got to get one of those.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us take it away.
Ah.
But they were awesome, peaceful people. We also went around to see kind of Seabase, Beta House, the Fab Lab in Berlin, which has only been open a few months and was an amazing space. They had 3D printers kind of coming from everywhere, CNC, knitting, soldering stations, vinyl cutters. They were all well set up.
Sweet.
And that,
Very
yeah,
nice.
just reflected Berlin's kind of just get on with it attitude.
We're going to have to go back when it's not Maker Faire.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Here's a slightly stretched map. And all those stars
Worst
are
graphic ever.
like the places I visited in Berlin. That's how busy we were that week.
Wow.
Just running around. That's a lot of stars. Yeah. And then we finished it all off with some rum grog.
Nice choice. Nice choice.
And also eating at some of the classier joints like Curry Piraten. There was a lot of places called something pirate or pirate something.
Seems like we belong there. I'm
Yeah.
going to have to make something happen about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Let's make a fair Berlin for you. And Berlin itself. What a town.
I hope that was informative. It was for me because I hadn't seen any of that. So, yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a wrap. See you later, peeps.
See you next
Bye-bye.
week.